I'm walking down the street.
I do want to say to Doni and many of you in this room that over a very long career in this city, all of you have helped me and my colleagues tell the truth and to try to tell.
Get my head up.
I'm from South Carolina, so I just
Look at Doni.
What does this event mean to you, Miss Peggy Moss?
Oh, my heart,
Happy 20th anniversary.
my heart is about loving up on my sisters. Do you know what it feels like to have your sisters in the room? Doni.
letting its glory shine through. Dare to be you, dare to be me, and dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting its glory shine through. I am beautiful, I am blessed, but not just what you see in the flesh.
The doctor lived next door to the janitor to the reverend, and the lawyer. We were together. Now we've been so high and mighty that you create stress for your society because you don't like poor black folks either. That's a health problem. Get yourself together so I can stop being taking care of geriatric people and get back to pediatrics. I thank you, Doni, for all you've done. Let's keep doing it all the more.
I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting its glory shine through. Dare to be you, dare to be me, dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting its glory shine.
First name's Doni, last name's Glover. In it to win it for the long haul, baby. I do apologize for the delay. We were interrupted this morning by an unfortunate situation where I was doing double duty. I'll tell you about it later. But anyway, top of the morning to you. We've been covering some of the comments that people have had regarding the nationally recognized Mr. Otis Warren. Mr. Otis Warren passed 2 days ago. And to say the least, Mr. Otis Warren was nationally, his name was synonymous with real estate. J. Howard Henderson, the former president, CEO of the Greater Baltimore Urban League, I was talking with him yesterday, just called him out the blue. He crossed my mind. And he said he lost his friend. I'm like, ooh. Paul Taylor had told me last week, we have a Black Wall Street Awards today over at Terra Cafe. You're all welcome to join us at 6 p.m., 25th and St. Paul, 101 East 25th Street. Paul Taylor had just said to me last week, hey, man, we got to recognize Otis Warren. Not that this man needs a Black Wall Street Award from us, but I was just following Paul's recommendation. But to say the least, we lost a business titan. He was indomitable. He took over his father's property business, which included collecting rent, and he transformed it, and these are Mr. Paul Taylor's words, into a real estate brokerage. So if you've never heard of Mr. Otis Warren and you are in Baltimore, do a little homework, look around. One building he has is at 10 South Howard Street. And it still remains a great place to live. Mr. Otis Warren, we've lost a giant. And so he's up there with other giants. Ray Haysbert. Ray Haysbert owned more businesses that failed than most people ever will. So he had some businesses that failed, which he always talked about, because therein are the lessons. But he had a lot of businesses that did well, that succeeded, including the Forum Caterers. Many of you have been to the Forum Caterers. As a matter of fact, I understand his birthday is next Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Mr. Raymond V. Haysbert. Arnold Jolivet, another giant. Arnold Jolivet was a lawyer, an advocate for Black businesses here in the city of Baltimore, in the state of Maryland. He did not play. He called people on the carpet. He was about excellence. Lived over there in Cross Keys. beautiful family. Many businesses went to Mr. Jolivet for help over the years, in dealing with the city of Baltimore. He would sue quicker than a Baltimore speed camera. Mr. Jolivet did not play. Ask Wayne Frazier. Wayne Frazier and Mr. Jolivet often joined forces to go at some of these institutions, including the University of Maryland, the hospital system, to make sure that blacks get a piece of the pie. Do we have that kind of advocacy today? Do we have those kinds of heroes? And these heroes had gall, they had heart, they had courage. They had no problem going at the system. They didn't just talk about the deeds of great people before them. They matched them, if not surpassed them. Brian J. Mitchell, another icon in the business community, helped create the Federal 8A program, which has helped a lot of businesses become millionaires, a lot of business owners, a lot of black business owners. This came about as a result of the movement in the 60s, when they killed Dr. King in 1968. White America started seeing black America a little differently. Like, we can't keep doing what we've been doing. No, you can't. Should have never done it. And you damn sure still shouldn't be doing it. Hashtag George Floyd. Hashtag Trayvon Martin. Hashtag Eric Garner. And so on and so forth. Hashtag Breonna. So when we look on the news and we see the foolishness that we're engaged in today, little girl got stabbed 10 times in school. You want somebody to have mercy on your child when they go to court for stabbing somebody 10 times. Where did these children learn this behavior? Stabbed a little girl 10 times over a boyfriend. What should happen to the person that stabbed somebody 10 times? 13, 12, 11, 10. What should happen to them? Trying to kill somebody over a boyfriend? You are 15 years old? Going to jail. That's where the hell you're going. You're going to jail. Ain't no I'm sorry. People running around with guns. People running around with guns want to shoot somebody. What else? Why else do you have a gun? And if you're engaged in the type of behavior that you have to have a gun, you living like that, you're looking towards a short life. Because somebody gonna get killed. And the police say typically it's the people carrying the gun. You carry your gun for safety, but end up being the one getting killed because of the daggone gun. It's very sad. You consider what our ancestors in the black community have gone through. For us to be right here, to have a broadcast in America, our ancestors couldn't foresee that we would have these opportunities, but they endured what they endured. And not all black people were in slavery. I want you to get that straight. Not all white people were free. I want you to get that straight. A lot of times America tries to paint this picture like, oh, all black people were slaves. No, they weren't. There were black people here when white people got here. So they couldn't have been slaves. But I do imagine a war broke out. And if anything, instead of being descendants of slaves, some people are descendants of POWs. Learn your history. Stop letting people who don't know their own damn history tell you yours. That's like somebody, building a business and somebody come along, oh, you can't build that, and they ain't never built nothing. Stop taking advice from people who have never done anything but run their damn mouth. Better believe in yourself. Some people grew up in families. Nobody's been to college before. They're the first. Shine. Some family members just gonna get jealous. Well, let them get jealous. I bet you they're gonna become to borrow some money. I bet you that much. I bet you all the tea in China they're gonna ask you for some money. One of them gonna ask you for some money. You can take that to the bank. We got to get better. Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman go and freed slaves, including the husband she was married to. Your woman got more testicular fortitude than you. Does that situation sound familiar? The woman got more testicular fortitude than the man. Where I come from, they call them poo butts. That's right, Pharaoh, poo butt. These women out here working hard, holding it down. And all you got to do is stay by her side. If you're black and in America, quite often the woman does make more money. So what? Oh, she treats you like a king. What do you care? Some men can't handle a strong woman. They're intimidated by it. Speak truth. What they say? Love a strong woman. Shine, sister. More power to you. That poo butt don't appreciate you. Someone, a man will. Cats don't want to play their day role. Care about no woman making more money. Make more money than me, then we all can prosper. Yeah, we all lose in those situations, Mr. Haynes. Thank you for chiming in. We have so much to be grateful for and thankful for. I don't know why we get sidetracked. Maybe it's that we're on social media too much. Some of us show pictures every single day, every single outfit, every single hairdo. We're on social media more than our children. We can't have dinner because we got to like something. Told you what the rule was for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Leave your phones in the front room. Everybody down. People out on a date down in their phone. What's the point of the date if you're going to be down in your phone? Thing to get me is them bathroom pictures. Now, that's just plain old nasty. Taking a damn selfie in the bathroom. Nobody wants to see no damn toilet. Then wash your hands and wash your phone. Get some Lysol. Nasty self. We can do better than this. Martin Luther King's birthday is coming up. Matter of fact, we have a Black Wall Street MLK tonight. I'm going to share with you the honorees. Martin Luther King said, the richer we become materially, the poorer we become morally and spiritually. We have learned to fly the air like birds and swim the seas like fish, but we have not learned the simple art of living together as brothers and sisters. Everybody going to talk about Martin Luther King. I want to tell you something. Back in the day when he was alive, a lot of black people did not agree with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. at all. A lot of black people weren't for him. Everybody wants to sing Stevie Wonder's song. Makes me think of this parade. Makes me think of Afram. Under Catherine Pugh, they took out of the red, black, and green out of Afram. Put our damn colors back. Red, black, green. Those are our colors, not no damn pink and fuchsia. The hell is wrong with you people? Learn your history. I always want to water down stuff. Make other people feel comfortable. Better get on your game, Jack. We want to be apologetically black. No. unapologetically black, all the way to the White House. And this is the second book. Pick them up on Barnes & Noble, Amazon. Learn some history that you haven't learned in school. I learned history that my teachers didn't even know. And I was glad to share it with them because this is about edifying. It's an edification process. Everybody brings something to the table. You ever seen little kids come home from school teaching their parents and grandparents stuff they learned in school, like about science, animals, things we forgot, things we haven't been over since we were children a lot of times. We're going to celebrate some really great people over here for the Black Wall Street. Let me just tell you some of the names that we have tonight. It is a free event. Lisa Hodges is one of the honorees. Attorney Lisa Hodges. If you run a nonprofit, you want to meet this woman. She is super dynamic. Attorney Lisa Hodges, Esquire. We're going to have Deborah Keller Green. Deborah Keller Green from the Greater Baltimore Black Chamber of Commerce. Nathan Richardson. Matter of fact, Nathan got a birthday coming up and a birthday party. Wendell Shannon, author. I think Wendell got about 15 books. Next Phase Cafe, 112 East Lexington Street. Mr. Tony Randall's coming up. Juanita Bass, she owns Macio's. Latifah Franks, Sierra Bundy, Michael Catlett, Corey Griffin, they all with Jackie and Notre Maison. Lakeisha Brown, you ever heard of Berries by Keisha? I got some, they are delicious. Donna Green Tabron, Jason Rodriguez, and Yolanda Pulley. Y'all know them from our network. They do a show on Mondays at 6 p.m. on BlackUSA.News. The Door, we're honoring The Door. It's a business. Dr. Jacqueline Banks, author of Naomi's Proverbs, got a copy upstairs. Floyd Wright, my man, 500 grand. Paul Taylor, Baltimore City Councilman. Antonio Glover. We love Antonio Glover. He is not a Glover from my neck of the family, but he's a Glover, and we know each other. Oh, I ain't no dang on legend, bro. You got to earn that. To God be the glory, Mr. Hammond. To God be the glory. God's the legend, baby boy. We thank God for waking up this morning. So I have to cut this broadcast short because some chicanery broke out on my block a couple of months ago, and I got to be a witness to tell a judge what happened and ask him why in the hell are we even here. Try to tell the assistant state's attorney this thing should have been thrown out. It should have never gone to court, and you charged the wrong people. You know how it feels when you take your time and try to explain something and people get it wrong, and then you got to waste your time to correct their mistakes? That's how I feel. It ain't no damn civic duty. It's a damn shame, a waste of time and money and resources. Now, I'm going to tell you something else. These adults out here, you're blaming these young people. Young lady getting stabbed 10 times is ridiculous. Some sucker up the village shooting people, going to school. That's egregious. But what's more egregious when they learn this behavior from adults. Adults are supposed to set an example. Adults are not supposed to bring kids into the fold to sell dope. And if that's the best you can do, just go down to the harbor, catch the subway down to the harbor, go down there to like Pier 5, just jump in the damn water because you ain't no damn good. We don't need you. Back at Dunbar, they had a poem on the wall. Mo, you ain't gonna make me cry up here on this stage. It ain't gonna happen, Mo. You just forget all about that, Mohammed. To God be the glory. We read in the papers and hear on the air of killing and stealing and crime everywhere. We sigh and we say as we notice the trend. This younger generation, oh, where will it end? But can we be sure that it's their fault alone? Are we less guilty who place in their way so many things that lead them astray? Too much money, too much idle time, too many movies of passion and crime, too many books not fit to be read, too much evil in what they hear said, too many children encouraged to roam, and too many parents who won't stay at home. Kids don't write the movies, they don't write the books, they don't paint gay pictures of gangsters and crooks. They don't make the liquor, they don't make the laws, they don't make the cars, and they don't make the bars. They don't make the drugs that muddle the brain. It's all done by older folk greedy for gain. Delinquent teenagers, oh, how we condemn the sins of the nation. We blame on them. By the laws of the blameless, the Savior made known. Who is there amongst you to cast the first stone? For in so many cases, it's sad, but it's true. The title delinquent fits older folk too. Stop blaming these kids. And every single day they talk about the squeegee kids. Talk about these addicts in the community who do not match the majority demographics of East and West Baltimore, who are stealing, lying, even getting violent. Can you imagine people who don't match the majority demographics of East and West Baltimore bringing violence to the community in the midst of their drug addiction? Well, I'm telling you, it happens. It is certainly happening. But we don't hear Patrice or Mary Bubala or little McHenry Frost, Kyle Jackson. We don't hear them talking about the addicts in our community who don't match the majority demographics of East and West Baltimore. We never hear those African-American television personalities mention the white addicts in the hood. Never. Every single day. Their job is to talk about who? The damn squeegee kids. Really? That's why I don't want no damn job with no damn networks, because we got our own news to report and tell the story from our perspective. These people are just as racist as J. Barry Mahul. Do you know who J. Barry Mahul was and why he's significant to this conversation? Maryland General Assembly started yesterday, by the way. J. Barry Mahul was the mayor from 1907 to 1911. Look him up. M-A-H-O-O-L. Mahul, like fool, who need to go to school for somebody popping with a tool. J. Barry Mahul is the father of segregation. But look to your neighbor and say, neighbor, oh neighbor, black people had something for that ass. His name was George McMecken. Y'all have written on the street named after him. Didn't even know who it was named after. George McMecken, a lawyer, black lawyer, stayed on him like white on rice. George McMecken had a brother-in-law, if I'm not mistaken, named Ashby Hawkins, black lawyer, Morgan State. So as Mahul tried to get jiggy, kind of like O'Malley tried to get jiggy, there were some black activists on his case. But because of Mahul, Baltimore is known as the home of segregation. Apartheid. White people couldn't move into black neighborhoods. Black people couldn't move into white neighborhoods. Now I get not letting black people move into white neighborhoods, because that's just typical racist behavior. But these were diabolically racist people who said white people couldn't move into black neighborhoods. Excuse me. That is the mentality. That's why we got the dumbest damn subway system in the world. There's no dumber subway system than Baltimore's, because it had backward thinking people in charge. Our subway goes from downtown straight out to Northwest Baltimore. It's got to be the dumbest thing in the world. How do you fix something dumb that you start? It's like a relationship. It starts off lying and stealing. How can you build any trust? If you live in Northeast Baltimore, you will never catch the subway that your tax dollars paid for. Unless you're doing some kind of park and ride. We got to use our brain. Stop going for the okie doke. Now I'm all for public transportation. I'll tell you what I'm not for, and I'll tell you why. I'm not for public transportation that destroys black businesses or any businesses. When they did the West Side redevelopment, downtown Utah Street, they got rid of Ecuador Hat Company and never did nothing with it. We love Ecuador Hat Company. They moved some stuff out of the way. Let me change that. They did put a Starbucks down there that failed, didn't it? Did it fail? Nothing lasted then. You disrupted the business ecology. Cross Street Market. Cross Street Market had the best flower shop in the world. They got moved. They moved over to, I want to say not Hamburg Street. Straight down Curry Street. All the way down the bottom. All the way down, like Curry and Pratt. Down about Mount Clair Church. They got moved out the way from where they were. When you move a business, it's just like starting over. When you change your phone number, it's just like starting over. Tell me I'm wrong. If you're in business and you have to change your phone number, you might as well just start all over. Consider that. You have started all over. I got the same number. I've had the same number for 20 years. We're not changing that number. That phone number is institutional knowledge. Care what happens. They move these businesses. So everybody talking about the red line. But if you're a business owner, you looking like, what does that mean? And that strikes home because my dad's funeral home in 1980 was closed down because the state wanted to build a subway station. It should have been compensated. I'm just telling you the lesson. They come down knocking down stuff. If you're a business owner, you don't feel like everybody else. And I am a business owner. And I don't feel like a lot of other people. A lot of people, red line, okay. I think you need to start over. Atlanta, Georgia, the Peach. Very simple subway system. North-south leg, east-west leg. It goes like this. It's egalitarian. It's utilitarian. It services everybody. Baltimore got old dumbass system, go from downtown straight to Northwest Baltimore. If you live in Northeast Baltimore, Morgan State, you never get there. We claim we like public transportation, but they don't want no damn public transportation. If we like public transportation, we would have buses on Hill Road. Yes, it's a long strip. Not one bus on Hill Road because the people don't want it. They don't want you poor people coming up there. Dr. Zolikoff says it. That's why I chose that clip for this show. We have a problem with poor black people. We do. Everybody talking about Westmore, but how many of these people really care about poor black people? Westmore's well off. Who really cares about poor black people? Because it ain't the black people who've been running Baltimore. If anything, they've ostracized poor black people. I ain't saying Christina Flowers no saint. I ain't saying she bad. But she been out there for years working with homeless people. Nobody's really heard her cry. I ain't saying she should work for the city, but she is putting attention where a lot of people will not. B. Gaddy did it all the time. B. Gaddy go up in a hole and call people by name. Michael, Kevin, Daryl, come on out here, get something hot to eat. Come on out here, get something to eat. Get some blankets to wear. B. Gaddy. And when she ran for city council, nobody on the city council supported her. Nobody. Who supported on the city council? Nobody. Nobody at all. Zero. But she didn't need them. Woo! Look to your neighbor and say, she didn't need them at all. She had done the work. She done all the campaigning she needed to do. And that's why her Thanksgiving dinner is still bountiful still today. I hear these young cats getting in office. Then they don't start. Then they start. Oh, I can't take your phone call. Ain't even did no damn work. Sickening. Young delegate, answer your damn phone. Trying not to cuss on here. Marion Barry answered his phone. Pete Rollins answered his phone. None of y'all did what Pete Rollins did, but I can't take your call right now. It's family time. Get rid of that ass next time. Do not vote for that clown. And with Westmore, this is what I want to know. With Westmore as governor, what are our delegates going to be pushing? What are our state senators going to be pushing? They should have a real long Christmas list. Finally, maybe we can get some action at Penn North. We haven't seen anything happen at Penn North since it was the international center of media attention in the outbreak of Freddie Gray, 2015. That's been 8 years ago. Remember, they collected like $21 million. Only thing we saw here in West Baltimore was a renovated police station and a new funeral home, Al Wiley Funeral Home. That's what you get for being in Baltimore. All of this ARPA money come through here. 600 million? Where that money at? Where's the accounting? I do not like Fox, but they're on it right now, asking where that money at. I'm all for accountability. That's what we do not have in a 9-1 Democratic city. We do not have accountability. We do not have checks and balances. Quite frankly, Baltimore needs some Republicans on the city council. Why? Because the Democrats are all covering each other's backs. You don't know what they're doing. All that ARPA money is missing. Same when Obama came in office. Stephanie Rollins-Blake got all that money. Where'd the money go? The bailout money. It went downtown. But downtown is dead. It didn't go to East and West Baltimore. I can tell you that for damn sure. Because she ain't from West Baltimore. She's from up northwest, Sequoia, Ashburton. She ain't from West Side. She didn't go to the rec. Did she go to Cahill, C.C. Jackson? I doubt it. Damn sure ain't go to Easterwood, Greater Model, Chick Webb, Madison, Bocheck. No, but a lot of us did. Cecil Kirk, we went there and we were able to channel that energy. We had people at Easterwood like Eula Mae Williams, Ralph Durant, and Miss Jones Bay, people who helped save our lives, a place, a home away from home. Everybody in the neighborhood knew Miss Williams and her sons, how she helped our community, blessed our community, babysat. We ain't got no damn wrecks. Lillian Jones, 13-year-old girl, get killed outside the recreation center in front of a group of people and nobody know about the killer. How the hell that go on? Destiny Harrison, 21 years old, owner a beauty salon, gets killed in front of a baby, her newborn baby, get killed and the blood splat on a newborn baby. And we haven't found the killer. But they found a cop killer right away. It's a wicked city. Killed Robert Lee Clay, tried to say he was suicide, killed Detective Suter, many of us believe. Try to say it was suicide. Who in the hell go out there in the field and they got to testify against cops the next day? Y'all know that was a damn setup. So yeah, we still got some crooked ass cops. And that's one thing that Harrison kind of, I guess, did. Kind of spread out the bad white element in the police department. Y'all know it's there. Gun Trace Task Force didn't just pop up. That money was going all the way to the top, baby. Trust and believe. That's how the game is played. Sean Suter, detective from Washington, D.C., got 5 beautiful children and a beautiful wife, and he gonna commit suicide in a filthy-ass alley in West Baltimore. Y'all go sell that shit to somebody else, because we ain't buying it then nor now. Same with Robert Lee Clay. Why hasn't his murder been investigated? Stolen gun. That was during the O'Malley era. A lot of that stuff was thrown under the bus, thrown away, concocted. Why? Because Robert Lee Clay was digging in O'Malley's ass. Y'all know he was. Trying them 1800 intimidation tactics. Black people don't forget. You might get us, but we don't forget. And we will remember when the time comes to return the favor so sweetly. That's why you got Anthony Brown as your attorney general. But we have to hold Anthony Brown accountable. We have to hold Wes Moore accountable. We have to hold Brandon Scott accountable. And we have to hold, what's his name, Brooke Learman accountable. We have to hold them all accountable. We need to know who our leaders are. We need to know who the county execs are. Johnny Ochesky, we need to know him by name. Calvin Ball, we need to know him. We need to know what he looked like. We need to know who our state senator is. 47 of them across the state. We need to know who ours is. Mine is Antonio Hayes. He got scholarship money too. For all of us. Go get it. Know who your 3 delegates are. Know who your city council person is. Go to the city council meeting. If you're out there in Baltimore County, go to the county seat in Towson. Sit in and listen to Julian Jones as he is the first black chair in history. Baltimore County should be at every goddamn county council meeting. The same with the other 22 counties. Anne Arundel, Prince George's. We need to be actively involved. Stop pointing fingers and hoping and wishing somebody gonna come and hear us. Be proactive. Or just use your ink pen. Write a letter. It's the best way ever. Write a letter. Write a letter. Write a letter. You went to school. You went to high school. Write a damn letter. Dear Councilman Joe Blow, you suck. My alley needs trash picked up. It hasn't been picked up in forever. And you send the letter. You send the email. And then you copy everybody in the world so they know that you sent them a letter. Now, that's a bully tactic, but hey, that comes when they don't answer your first, second, and third letter, or your first and second. They don't answer your first 2 letters, then you copy the whole world. Don't do that at first, because that's too aggressive. But if they don't answer after 2 times, yeah, you copy everybody. Copy me. We'll run your letter on Be More News. We'll run your op-eds on Be More News. Get involved. It's your community. I wonder what Wes Moore going to do. He's going to do what you make him do. Don't be intimidated. You went at Hogan. I remember Delegate Ampry. Oh, Hogan is, man, shut up. Sit down. We were in this fight long before you even got in the game. Oh, Hogan this, Hogan. Come on, man. Come on. Take that down the block, youngin'. And that's what these youngins do need, the wisdom and the history from us older folk. I supported Earl and supported Hogan and would do it again. Cotton got more money out of Early than it ever got from Democrats. Ever! Look at Coppin. People in the new Health and Human Services building. Ehrlich money. Ehrlich, Republican money. I'm not blowing praises to the Republicans. I'm telling you how the game is played, son. Because you've been going down to the corner and they've been taking your money. Stop letting them take your money. Sometimes you got to dribble left. Sometimes you got to go down with the Republican move. Because you went down there as a good Democrat playing with your right hand. And every time you came back home, they took your ball. So now you're going down there with the Republican thing. And they don't know how to play you because you're a lefty. And then they say, you know, you're scoring. You're scoring like Derek Boyd. You're scoring. You bring your money back to your community. Yay! Coppin looks like a bona fide institution of high knowledge. But then here's the other thing. You look at Morgan. Morgan got all these big buildings. But baby, let me tell you what Morgan does not have. They do not have good management. You have students who have been struggling for years to get through a program, but you got professors over Morgan who couldn't give a rat's ass if you graduate or not. Help me, somebody. You got a lot of black professors, white professors, and all kinds of professors in Morgan who don't give a damn about whether or not you succeed. Tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, in my collar where you belong. I know about Morgan firsthand. Got a lot of new buildings. Ooh. Now, how y'all treating people over there? How are you treating people? How are you taking care of what you have? You want to grow, but don't you have to take care of home first? Charity starts at home. You want more, but you have to be a good steward over what you already have. Too many professors at Morgan who couldn't care less about their students. Real truth. A white woman helped me more in 5 minutes than black professors in 20 years at Morgan. Why? Why do black professors at Morgan feel, at Coppin too, Peter Brooks was over at Coppin, feel like they have to haze you? When did that become important to the game? Some people get a little too caught up in academia and lose the practical application. If education isn't making our society better, then what's the point? I see all of these people joining the Masonic orders. Been around in my entire life. I also see a lot of phony people join these organizations. Who have you helped? You know all of this secret knowledge. Well, I don't know if you know, but our community needs some knowledge right now, secret or otherwise. And if your secret knowledge ain't making East Baltimore and West Baltimore better, then you just another cat in another fraternity, another fraternal Masonic organization with the jacket, with the logo on your bumper sticker, but you haven't made one difference at all. My name's Donnie Glover. I have to go to court and serve as a witness for a young man who was being railroaded in the city of Baltimore, all behind another selfish adult. Be nice to somebody, and I'll see y'all.